Hello friends, welcome to my channel and explore the world of Microsoft Azure. My name is Rajanish Kaushikk and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, consultant and an enterprise architect. For more latest videos and blogs, you can always log into my website rajnishkaushik.com and subscribe to my blog. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss the latest videos. Do like, share and comment.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Are you really tired of battling data instead of harnessing its power? If so, you are at the right place. Today I am going to dive deeper into the data mesh and how it can revolutionize the reinsurance industry by turning your data from a cumbersome necessity into a strategic powerhouse. Over the 2 decades of experience, I have transformed this complex data ecosystem for Fortune 500 companies, making their data more and more accessible and manageable and at the same time actionable for them. Today I am going to share these insights with you, showing you the power of data mesh in the reinsurance industry. Before we jump, a quick reminder, if you find these topics very intriguing, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. And also, please make sure that you subscribe to my blog where you will find lots of useful and information regarding this topic. So, let's get started. Hello, this is a brief intro about myself. I am Rajneesh Kaushik. I am a Microsoft MVP and Databricks champion. I am a TOGAF certified enterprise architect with over 2 decades of industry experience, architecting complex architecture for Fortune 500 companies. I am a Microsoft certified trainer and a public speaker, and I love to share my knowledge. That's why I have my own website where I share my insights and a YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe my channel and blog, and also you can connect me over the LinkedIn. Here is the agenda for today's session. So first we are going to have an introduction about this session. We are going to understand about navigating the reinsurance data landscape, why reinsurance is a big data, what are the different aspect of it, why it is very important, why we have taken this case study. So those are the details we are going to cover here. Then we will understand the key objective of this transformation, right? And why we have embraced the data mesh architecture, because why this data mesh architecture fits into this kind of implementation. Then what kind of architecture we have implemented here for this customer. And finally we are going to discuss about the results achieved out of it and the lesson we have learned. So let's get started. Okay, so let's first understand navigating the reinsurance data landscape before we go deeper into this case study. So insurance is a very complex data ecosystem. It has globally distributed, highly regulated environment, right? It has extensive set of data sets, and these data sets are spanning across claim, actuarial model, risk assessment, and more, right? These are the data sets. And data is siloed data systems, right? Because data is fragmented across disparate systems in different softwares, different geographies, right? You name the technology, all these technologies are there, right? And then the problem with this approach is that it hinders the timely access for the decision making for the reinsurance providers, because if the data is disparated and very difficult to get the insight from it, right? And when I say data silos, it means that data, if it is siloed so much, you will not have a full accessibility to that data, right? Which will have the very big problems in the delayed decision making. You will have the problems again multifold when you see that the different kind of international regulations play because data is geographically distributed. For each geography different kind of regulations are implemented. Like for US the data has a different kind of regulation, and Europe there is a GDPR regulations. So this compliance makes it more and more complex. And why we have chosen a data mesh solution for this? Because data mesh is a decentralized nature. Data mesh can directly address this issue. It can enable the domain specific governance, and which can definitely align the global compliance needs. And this structure not only breaks down the data silo but also ensures that each domain in the data mesh can act independently, but again not just independently, but it can coherently work with each other, so that the data fluidity can be improved and integrity can be maintained across the different data domains. So this is where the data silo approach has a huge impact in the current landscape, but data mesh provides a big solution around it. Then now let's discuss the scalability issues. The scalability issues, that data has so much huge volume which is being processed, petabytes of data coming every day from disparate data sources, and these are having a very specific SLAs for data processing, so that reports can be viewed by the C-level executive within that SLA, because this data needs to go to federal agencies, and those reporting need to happen on a certain time period every day. So when you cannot scale this kind of data, then it has its own implications, right? You cannot, afford to lose the federal regulation SLAs, right? And when you cannot scale your system for this kind of data sets, this creates its own bottleneck. So it's becoming very, very frustrating for the team that relies on the real time data to make a informed decision. They cannot make an informed decision with that. So data mesh provides another solution, because data mesh scalability framework supports, especially by the Databricks Lakehouse, helps you to scale your infrastructure, right? And it can expand seamlessly in response to the data demands which is coming, data volume which is coming, and without compromising the performance of your data, needs. So this is where the scalability, plays a big role, and how data mesh can solve it with the help of Databricks Lakehouse. Then another big issue is you have a limited usability, because in the limited usability the issue becomes very, very big, because complexity and inaccessibility of the data from different disparate data sets, it limits its usability for advanced analytics, right? And organizations are not able to leverage the full data potential for predictive analysis. Like one example, if one domain, one particular data set is not available and other data sets are available, and there is a join operation need to happen between these two data sets, then obviously you cannot predict the whole picture, right? So this is where the data mesh provides and facilitates the solution. It can enhance the data integration and interoperability, and it can enable the comprehensive analytics and machine learning models, which can be shared across the different products, and then they can drive the predictive analytics. So these are the challenges in the reinsurance industry. And another biggest challenge you will find that there is an inconsistent data governance, because wide variety of data, different geography, different governance rules, and that is making issue, because this inconsistency can erode the trust for the data reliability, as well as making the crucial business decisions. It becomes very, very difficult. So data mesh again provides a solution and comes to the rescue, that it can standardize, it can imbibe the centralized governance frameworks, protocols, and Databricks is a wonderful tool because it has its own um, Databricks Unity Catalog and Lakehouse platform, which provides a very good flexibility for data mesh, and then it can enhance the data consistency and compliance at all level for at all product data mesh products. Now let's understand the key objectives. So these are the key objective for the project, because you already saw the challenges, right? So we have set for this objective that we want a enhanced data accessibility and quality, because the goal is to eliminate the data silos and integrate all data across all the operational levels, which can improve the accessibility and reliability of the data. And the expected benefit for this goal was that data should be good quality data, speed at the same speed, and it will enable the teams faster, more accurate decision making process. Then scalability and flexibility, so that we can enable the infrastructure to handle the more data growth without any lag. And a more responsive system obviously has its own benefits, because that can help the company grow and adapt the companies to its data needs very quickly with the changing market dynamics. So this was another objective, and this is the benefit which we expected from this key objective. Then we have a unified governance, one of the objective which we have set forth. So the goal was to standardize data governance practices across all the divisions and geographies, right? So that we have a consistent compliance and security, right? Because see, if you have a different compliance in different geographies, different departments, different products, very difficult to manage, right? And make things accountable. So that is the another objective which we have set forth. And then expected benefit were, with the standard consistent compliance, we can reduce the risk of compliance breaches, and we can enhance the trust in the data for critical business operations. So this was another one. Then another objective which we set forth is data accessibility and quality. So for data accessibility and quality, we always wanted that we can break down the silos, integrate all the data sets in a consistent way, so that it becomes faster, reliable, and more decision making and reporting become more beneficial for decision making and reporting. And then last but not least, the foster the innovation, because as the company grows, there is always a requirement that the innovation should be there whatever we do, right? And companies now measure this innovation. So for that, our goal was to streamline the operations, enable more sophisticated data driven strategies and data driven culture. And how can we enable it? With the advanced analytics and machine learning, because if any company not using machine learning or gen ai, they will be left behind. So that was one of the key goal, and that is where the benefit which we expected from this key objective is to accelerate the innovation cycle, right? And then improve the customer insights and optimize the risk management processes, so that we can get the full value of the data in no time. So this was one of the key objective which we have set forth before we embark on this. So you might be thinking why we have chosen data mesh. So it was very obvious that data mesh first of all provides, for the reinsurance providers, it provides a autonomous data domains, right, for claim processing, risk management, and customer analytics. And that is where it breaks the data silos. So that is why we have chosen the data mesh architecture. Why we embrace the data mesh? Because we want to achieve this decentralized domains. Then another requirement, why we another need for data mesh architecture was, we wanted a centralized data governance framework, and it is powered by Databricks Unity Catalog, which ensures that it is a consistent data practices and compliance across all the data domains. So that is where we have chosen the data mesh architecture. We have also chosen the scalable infrastructure. As you know, that Databricks Lakehouse can provide a scalable cloud native data infrastructure which can handle the large number of data growth and large volumes with the different kind of velocity and variety, whether it is structured, unstructured, all the data sets. And then we have also used enhanced operability, interoperability, because we already planning to use Databricks. Databricks has a game changing feature called delta sharing, which can help you to interoperate between the different geographical distributed data sets, right, in a secure and efficient way, so that you don't have to do the data duplication. You can exchange the data between the different domains, whether they are located in the same geography, whether they are using the different cloud providers, right? So this is possible with the open protocol, which is developed by Databricks, right? And it is a open source, and that is where the value comes. It enhances the data accessibility and collaboration. Okay, so um, we have implemented data mesh architecture here, and you might be thinking how we have implemented it. We have used the combination of hub and spoke architecture and harmonized architecture, because these are the two variants. And if you want to know more about these variants, please refer to my blog, series of blogs which I have written on the data mesh. So let's understand how we have implemented it here. First, we have created a hub where we put all the shareable data sets which does not belong to any kind of data domain, like for example risk modeling, right, data quality, data sharing, because these are the central shareable themes. So these are the things which we kept at the hub, and at the spoke level we have kept specific data sets, specific functionality, which is own and manages all local sensitive data, including personal policyholder claim data. Because this, if this uh, particular claim product, right, that will have a claim specific functionality. It will have, as a data product, it will have the insights related to claims and all the data related to claim. And then it will also own all the data, because the claim specific data is very sensitive, and it will this particular spoke will own that particular data sets, right. It will manage its sensitivity for data processing and locally at the claim data product, and then it will also manage its own compliance. So this makes sure that it ensures the local data handling compliance with the regional law, because this claim processing is happening on a specific geography, like in US. So it will make sure that it contains all the local laws. It is abide by that compliance rules, right? And when it comes to getting the shareable data assets, it can be taken from the hub, right. And at the end of the day, all this sharing is happening between hub and spoke with the help of delta sharing, right. So the delta sharing helps you to achieve the data sharing between the different hubs and spokes. And every data product is created. So we have created a workspace, right. In that workspace we are using for the data products. And then if you see the hub level, we have a unity catalog where all the governance is being managed for all the spokes. So if suppose somebody wants to access the shareable data insights, right, then that can could be shared with the help of delta sharing and unity catalog. So this is how we have implemented it. So now let's understand how we have implemented it. We have used hub and spoke topology. In the hub and spoke topology, we have a data services and generic data management. So data services in the hub provides the sophisticated, data analytics tools and computational resources. These resources stays within the hub, and spokes can leverages these resources without moving their sensitive data out of their domains. So this is how the hub is implemented. And it also manages a generic data management. It can manage distributes generic data sets which is not specific to any domain. They are used across the across all the domains, right. Like one example could be market trends, economic data indicators, but it does not contain any sensitive domain specific data. Then in terms of spokes, they are located in different geographies like Europe, Asia, North America, And these spokes have a local data management because each region has this own sensitive data pertaining to their customers. Like for example, California has its own data sets which is very specific to the California data privacy rules, right? And these California policies cannot be shared across outside the US or outside the California. So that is where the information coming from that location need to be there. And spokes have their own data sets. They do the data processing on their own data set, and they do it locally adhering to the regional data protection regulations. And interaction between the hub and spoke helps you to improve the data quality and analytics, but at the same time it ensures that any sharing of the process data or insight compliance with the applicable laws at the spoke level. So if you see there is this hub and spoke, initially when you do the data migration, we will make sure that we have all the data migrated into the newly established data lake, right, while maintaining the data integrity and compliance. So this is how the hub and spoke architecture is implemented. Now let's understand the implementation part. So for implementation, first we have done it in multiple phases. The first phase was the infrastructure setup, and in order to create a robust and scalable infrastructure which is capable to support this data mesh architecture and huge load, we started implementing the cloud integration. We have used the Azure cloud to make sure that we can ensure the good scalability and flexibility. We've utilized the Databricks Lakehouse, and we have used the Unity catalog to combine the best feature of Lakehouse. Databricks Lakehouse is a combination of data lake and data warehouse together. So that is where the power comes. Data lake configuration. We also implemented a centralized data lake to store the raw data, and we implemented the Medallion architecture, where we move the data between different layers, right? We have also implemented Delta Lake so that we can achieve the performance and scalability characteristics of Data Lake. We have also added the networking and security setup, which includes the VNet setup and making it secure based on the enterprise security best practices for the cloud, Azure cloud. And that also helps us to achieve the compliance perspective, all the goals of compliance. And then we also integrated the analytical and operation tools for Databricks Lakehouse. For Databricks Workspace is implemented because for each business domains like life, property, casualty, we have implemented the different workspaces, and those workspaces enables a localized control over the data for the respective data ecosystem. Unity Catalog is implemented as a centralized governance tool to manage the data security and compliance and the quality across the different domains. So this way we implemented a scalable, secure and integrated infrastructure which becomes a solid foundation for the data mesh. Then the phase two, we started doing the domain configuration and launch. For domain configuration and launch, we use the individual data domain as per the data mesh principle and ensure the domain specific autonomy is given for the data domains. So first and foremost, we did a data domain identification, like identifying the key business areas to serve the independent domain, like for example claim domain, claim processing, risk management and customer analytics. These are the different domains. Then we have a domain specific data pipelines implementation, because for each domain we require to have a ETL. So we developed the domain specific ETL pipelines by using a Databricks notebook, which helped us or allowed us for tailoring the data processing, storage consumptions, right? Then we have set up the autonomy setup for these domains by enabling these domains as a self-organizing, self-managing data products, and for the localized data governance, which is facilitated by the Unity catalog at the hub level. So this we have implemented both the flavors, like at the harmonized data mesh deployment we have implemented a data autonomy at the domain level, where each domain is empowered for independently managing their life cycle of the data products from ingestion to the data cleaning, analysis and reporting, right? And standardized tooling is used, like common tools like data lake, delta lake, Databricks SQL, right? These are the standardized tools across the domains to ensure that we have a consistency and reliability in the data processing. Then at the hub and spoke data mesh implementation, we have implemented a centralized hub, where centralized hub is developed to manage all the overarching data functionality to serve the primary interfaces from all the cross domain interactions, such as comprehensive risk management, right, data quality, integrating data from the different line of business. So this is happening in the hub, and the spoke specific functionality is given for each spoke or domain to maintain the ability to utilize the customized tools which is specific to that domain, and processes which is best suited to their specific needs. Because in the data mesh, fundamental principle is we don't want to enforce the things, right? Let the domain decide what they really want to do, what is suitable for them, right? But still they can benefit the hub specific centralized services, but they can get the data like advanced analytic capabilities and machine learning capability models, they can utilize it from the hub. So this is where the value comes, right? And if you want to dwell deeper into this, what is implemented, why implemented, what was the difference between, what are the features we need to implement in hub versus spoke, right? Then please go ahead and see my blog where I have segregated these functionality, what hub should do and what spoke should do, right? That will give you a good idea, right? And then after that, the next step, we have established the governance. After the data is migrated, with the initial set of data migration, we implemented the governance. In the governance, we implemented unified governance framework across all the data domains, while we also made sure that domain specific customization is kept, right? And in that, we have implemented the governance policies, because we want to make sure that the standard set of governance data policies, including data quality standards, security protocols, compliance regulations, they are already there in place. Unity catalog is used for enforcing these governance policies across all the domains, right? So that we have a consistent data access, security and quality. We have also used a role based access control, where we implemented the RBAC policies for so that all the authorized personals can have access to a specific set of data sets. And then we also integrated all the GDPR and CCPA governance frameworks to manage the data privacy, and user consents effectively at the spoke level. So the outcome of this governance implementation is to get a robust governance framework that is standardized across the different policies, while allowing the domain their flexibility to adopt their specific needs, because domain have their own needs, you cannot enforce them. And then finally, at the fourth phase, we officially launched the data mesh architecture with all domains active and operational. We conducted a comprehensive training sessions for all the domain teams, so that they can manage their data products in an efficient way with the Databricks Lakehouse functionality. We also made sure that we are able to scale these data products, because the data is coming, very huge data is coming every day, and we want to make sure that we are using all these data products can use the scalable real-time analytics dashboard, detailed risk management models, and customer behavior predictions. So all these scalability is achieved with the help of Lakehouse implementation, and also delta sharing, right? We also implemented a continuous improvement and iteration, so that every cycle of continuous improvement based on the feedback received from the data process and governance practices is implemented in the next cycle, right? We implemented the machine learning models so that we can further automate the data quality checks and predictive analytics. Apart from that, we have also implemented cross domain synergies, so that we can encourage the cross domain collaboration because at the end of the day, the major purpose of data mesh is to enable the collaboration, right? And that is happened with the data sharing to enhance the innovation and data sharing across the different domains. So the outcome of this phase is that fully operational scalable data mesh architecture, which not only just meets the current data needs but even the future needs and future expansions. So this way we have completed our journey in four phases, and that was really a successful implementation. Lots of accolades came from it, and we have implemented this approach. So you might be thinking, what is the outcome and benefit of this approach? So let's understand the result. Did we achieved our key objectives? What were the results? So with this implementation, we have, like, we were able to get the enhanced data accessibility and quality, because with the data mesh we could achieve the consolidated data views, because integration of data mesh actually allowed us to creation of unified data lakes that facilitated the customer for consolidated views across the different domains. And this centralization improved the data accessibility by 40%, and integrity, by more than 40% for more reliable data for analysis. We also helped It also helped to improve the data quality, because domain specific data pipelines governed under the unified data governance and unified data standards, as per the data mesh principle, helped us to increase the data accuracy and reducing the errors by 30%. So this was really a big improvement, and it also helped us to ensure the consistency and reliability of data for the critical decision making. Then we also improved the operational efficiency, because all the automation of the data processes, right, which includes automated tools within the Databricks Lakehouse data operations, it helps us to reduce the time spent on data processing task by 50, and this has really significantly enhanced our operational agility. We also It also helped us to reduce the data redundancy, because we can minimize the data redundancy, because we have implemented the data sharing with this new architecture, right? And this has helped us to reduce the data storage cost by 20%, and then it enhanced the system responsiveness, hugely benefited. The organization got a huge benefit out of it. Then scalability and flexibility, we have because of this scalable infrastructure, modular infrastructure with data mesh, very easy to scale this platform, and it definitely helped us to increase that. Even with the increased data volume, we were able to help us um, like achieve the data analytics without the loss of performance, demonstrating the exceptional capability for the scalability. It also helped you to, in flexible data integration, seamlessly integrate all the data sources without the major overhauls of the reduced integration, and that helped us to reduce the integration time by 35%. It also helped us to improve the data security and compliance with the lesser compliance issue, reduced security breaches, right? And that helped us to implement the GDPR and CCPA compliance, right? So our overall reduction in the security incidents, and at the end of the day, the biggest benefit which company got out of it is real-time data access, data-driven insights, which helped and the enterprise to improve the decision making with a high speed and most accurately. So these are the results, which is really stunning, right? And that is the objective we achieved with this case study.
Thanks for watching and do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you